Hey, it's deja vu all over again, and it's okay, everybody, because at the end of the day, the North Carolina still got the victory. The North Carolina Courage with a 2-0 win. This is the North Carolina Courage post-game show, take two, presented by Charles and Colvard. Little technical difficulty. I'm Dean Linky. It doesn't matter if we have technical difficulties. We welcome in Anna Whitty because at the end of the day, it's another victory for the North Carolina Courage. We hope that they were able to hear some of the conversation we had with Crystal Dunn and Kristen Hamilton. Both solid interviews, solid performances by those two and the entire team.
Yeah, Crystal Dunn had a great performance in the middle, rewarded herself with a goal there that just solidified the win for them. We asked her about just, how they were able to possess so well and play so well against the Sky Blue team in the midfield. And she just, again, spoke about the cohesiveness of this team. Kristen Hamilton, as I was saying earlier, she just had a great performance. I think her best performance in the Challenge Cup, yet she was on fire, very speedy up top, created a lot of chances for herself. I think eventually in this Challenge Cup, we'll see her get a goal herself. But yes, this was a great performance by the Courage. They should be really excited about this game, headed in to playing the Portland Thorns on Friday.
Yeah, in the quarterfinals where it's win or go home time. Those interviews that we showed you earlier where you could only hear the audio was part of the Citrix Mix Zone. Let's go to the highlights presented by Mendy. And really, the North Carolina Courage jumped all over Sky Blue FC early on.
Yes, the first 7 minutes of the game, that's exactly what they needed. I'm sure this is what Paul Riley wanted from this team. They worked on set pieces. They talked about working on set pieces this past week, and Sam Mewis just was in the right place at the right time. The one-touch finish, Sheridan couldn't do anything about it. A great goal from the Courage. And then we see just a great attack from them and just great possession, ability to penetrate their defensive line, create a lot of chances for themselves in the first half of this game, not let them come into this game, even though Sky Blue did find a little rhythm themselves, a little bit possession in the first half, but that was taken away in the second half. And then Crystal Dunn, again, she created so many opportunities for herself, getting herself out wide, a left-footed shot from her. It was just amount of time until she found the back of the net herself.
More action in the second half, and the North Carolina Courage came out with a purpose in the second half too, Anna.
They did. Lynn Williams does what Lynn Williams does. She found herself behind Amani Dorsey there while she was up in the attack, ran her down, and then found Crystal Dunn, who just slipped it in behind. It was a great assist from Lynn Williams, not to take that away from her, but also a great finish. She stayed over the ball, made sure she got low, so she wouldn't hit it over the net. And again, she solidified the win for them. That was just a great goal from Crystal Dunn, her first goal of the tournament. And then Lynn Williams, she had a lot of great opportunities to herself. She's a little struggling a little bit on finishing. Again, she was able to down their defense, just go at them hard and create chances for herself and for her teammates, which is just what this Courage team definitely needs from her. They were able to find subs later in the second half, give them some rest before they play the Portland Thorns on Friday. Jalen Daniels came off the field for the first time. We got to see a little bit of Lindsay Agnew, who had a great performance against Sky Blue at the end there. But again, just a great team effort, a great team win from the Courage. Something that we expect from them every time they step on the field. Now they're 4-0.
All right, you see Sam Mewis, Caitlin Rowland get the shutout. When we go to look at the save of the game presented by Coastal Credit Union, we show no favors here, and the save of the game definitely featured Sky Blue FC on that great save on the Crystal Dunn shot.
Yes, Sheridan, she is a top goalkeeper in this league for sure. She kind of must have known where she was going with it, just got down low. Her ability, she's a big goalkeeper. Her ability to get herself down like that is just a really well done, a great save, deserved the save of the game. She was great for this team tonight, really stopped a lot of chances for this Courage game. This could have been a bigger lead. The Courage could have had a bigger lead in this game, but I think her leadership and her ability to make big saves like that in goal was what slowed them down.
Back-to-back games, the Charles and Colvard Brilliant Player of the Game as picked by the coaching staff, Abby Urseg, who we were hoping to talk to, but we'll talk to her on the road, and she has been brilliant the last couple games, Anna.
She is just so solid for this team in the back line. Sometimes these center defenders don't really get the credit that they deserve. I'm happy that we are. Abby Urseg stands out so well for this team. She works really well with Abby Dahlkamper back there. She's a leader, and she's able to clear the ball. Every time she gets a touch on the ball, she doesn't let her defenders turn and come at her. She keeps their back to the net, which is exactly what they need from a center defender. But yeah, definitely well-deserved, brilliant player of the game for Abby Urseg.
Don't forget, you can vote for the hardest working player of the game by going to the North Carolina Courage social medias. For me, Denise O'Sullivan, you didn't hear the announcers say her name a ton, but she was getting stuck in. She was there. She went the distance. I thought she was brilliant. And I also thought Kristen Hamilton was one of the hardest working players of the game. Both of those two would get my votes.
I agree. They played so well for this Courage team tonight. I think in general, this Courage midfield played really well. They played the box midfield, which means they play 2 in front and 2 behind. And then the Sky Blue team played more of a triangle. So three players in the midfield. Sometimes that's a little challenging trying to learn how to defend and do attack through a team that doesn't have a similar looking formation, but I think tonight they slowed them down. They were barely able to possess in this game. Sky Blue really couldn't find their footing, especially in the second half. Dabinia did a great job. I think Denise O'Sullivan did a really good job just changing the point of the attack for the Courage. And again, just every time the ball was in the midfield for Sky Blue, the Courage found a way to win it back.
All right, I'm not sure as we wrap up the Charles and Colvard post-game show if we have an updated bracket or not. What we do know is the number 1 seed, North Carolina Courage, will take on the Portland Thorns. Of course, when they opened the NWSL Challenge Cup, they set a record for attendance. It was just incredible. So that'll be Friday, and I can't wait for that rematch between the Courage and Portland.
I can too, and I think this will be a different match than what we saw earlier on in this Challenge Cup. Both these teams are kind of obviously played 3 games since then. They've kind of figured out what works for them individually. I think definitely for the Portland Thorns, they may be lower on the totem pole in general, but anyone who plays the Courage is going to play their best game. I know I say it every time, but it's so true. No one plays the Courage just half with their ability. They always go full throttle against this team. So I think this will be a really great matchup, and we'll see a lot of differences between the last game and what we see on Friday.
All right. Stay posted. We're pretty sure it's going to be Wednesday night at 7 o'clock for the next On the Road presented by Continental Tire, which will give us a couple days to preview that big matchup against Portland. For now, Wednesday at 7, but check all the North Carolina Courage social media channels just to make sure. Anna Whitty, your final thoughts on yet another brilliant performance from the North Carolina Courage.
I thought this was one of their best performances yet. I think their possession was outstanding. The way they changed the point of the attack, the way they finished on their set pieces, just got on the end of set pieces, even if they didn't finish, the way they attacked this Sky Blue team, just on all fronts. I think 8 days off gave them some rest, gave some of these players who've been playing a lot of minutes some rest. But I think they should be really proud of how they're going into this knockout round and playing the Portland Thorns. It'll be a great game on Friday.
All right, we'll break it down. We'll have more player interviews. It'll be fun. On the Road presented by Continental Tire on Wednesday. 4 games in, 4 wins for the North Carolina Courage. For Jorge Acuna, the VP of Broadcasting, and everybody with the North Carolina Courage, including their sponsors. For Anna Whitty, I'm Dean Linke. How about the North Carolina Courage? A 2-1 win over Sky Blue FC.